Hey, how was your day? Today I wanted to do something a little soft and a little silly. Just asking myself 15 weird and heartwarming questions, like playing a tiny game with my own soul. And if you want to, we can play it together. Imagine we're sitting in a cozy corner of a quiet cafe, and I look at you and asked, if you were a drink, what would you be? Or if love were a superpower, how would you use it? There's no goal for this video. I just want to connect with you. So, should we begin? Okay, first question. If you were a drink, what would you be? Okay, I think I'd be a soda float, like a clear blue one with ice in a tall glass. It just feels so alive, so sparkly, like life is beautiful and full of light. Okay, the second question. What part of you feels most different from your age? Probably the way I think. I tend to reflect on things that people my age might not usually think about, like deep life stuff. I think I woke up spiritually around the end of elementary school. Before that, I was just living happily in the moment like a carefree little kid. But then, boom, suddenly aware. Okay? What do people most often misunderstand about you? They think I'm super quiet and studious. But the truth is, I don't like studying at all, and I usually only start right before exams. Yeah. Somehow I still got top scores, so I'm not exactly introverted or extroverted. I can be social and playful, but I also need a lot of alone time to recharge. After school, I rarely chat with friends online. It just drains me. Okay, the next. What's the most random, ridiculous thing you've ever done that still makes you laugh? Okay. This literally happened today. I was handing out test papers and we were also collecting phones. So I told the class, hurry and give me your phones. I'm going to pass out the hand. And then I stopped, realizing I was about to say handphones. The whole class burst into laughter and I cracked up too. Even in the middle of the exam, I thought of it and giggled again. It's really funny, okay? What's a tiny thing that makes the world feel magical? Bubbles floating in the air on a sunny day, kids laughing in the grass. Or yesterday, we saw a double rainbow right over our house. It felt like it was celebrating me. It was unreal, first time I ever saw something like that. If freedom had a smell, what would it be? Probably fresh grass and wind. I imagine running wild across a sunny meadow, so beautiful, so free. One day I really want to learn horseback riding. Okay. And what's a moment lately that surprised even you? When I started creating videos from a place of love, not pressure, I suddenly felt free, joyful, like I was just creating for the sake of love and nothing else. If you could say something to your 5-year-old self, what would it be? Did you eat today? Did you have something yummy? And I'd smile and pat her head. The next question. What's your most dramatic main character moment? Not sure I have one. Maybe that time it rained and the bottom of my paper bag broke and all my books just splashed into a puddle. That felt like a tragic movie scene. If your soul had a color today, what would it be? Pink. Maybe with a little green. I don't know why, but pink just feels right. If love were a superpower, how would you use it? I'd help people return to their truest, infinite self, to remember who they really are, to come back to love, to joy, to lightness. If you could be best friends with any fictional character, who would it be? Oh wow, that's hard. Maybe No Face from Spirited Away. I feel like it would be funny and fun to hang out with him. Though, is he technically a person? The next, what's the weirdest thing that always makes you laugh when you think about it? Okay, one time I was looking everywhere for my phone and then I suddenly thought, wait, did I put it in the fridge? I opened the fridge and it was there. I just burst out laughing. The best part was picking it up and realizing, wow, it's actually cold. Okay, let's move on to the next question. If the whole world could hear one thing from you, what would you say? Probably just hello. Anything else feels too awkward. Okay, the final question. What's something weird you do when nobody's looking? I talk to myself a lot. Sometimes in English to practice speaking. Like when I'm washing my hands, I'll just randomly answer some imagined scenario and then suddenly go, wait, what am I even doing? Just like that. That's all for today's question. I actually love asking myself things like this because in every answer I discover a little piece of myself I hadn't seen before. Thank you for sitting here with me like a real friend would. Even though I'm just talking to a camera, it truly feels like you're right here beside me. If you want to play this game too, tell me your favorite question in the comments or just listen, smile, and be here. That's enough too. See you next time, my friend. Be light, be love, be you.